In today's NFL, quarterbacks are expected to do just about everything. That being said, there are very few quarterbacks that produce what their team wants. Today, we are ranking the top 14 quarterbacks from worst to first. Number 14, Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G is not a great quarterback, and that's just a fact. He does exactly what the coach tells him to, no more, no less. He's just very robotic, and that's a good thing since he gets the job done, but it's also a bad thing. Quarterbacks are expected to make crazy plays like we see out of Josh Allen and Mahomes, and we just don't see that out of Jimmy. Either way, he's found his way to the top 14. Also, he might be out for the rest of the season, but since he's had such a good season so far, he definitely deserves this. Number 13, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Thuggins has had such a great season so far, most likely his best. But it's because of one thing, Justin Jefferson. With their new head coach literally designing the offense to get Jay Jettas the ball every play, of course Kirk is gonna look good. It's the same way Cooper Kupp made Stafford look like a stud. Number 12, Aaron Rodgers. Now that the news broke about Aaron Rodgers' thumb, it's pretty obvious to everyone why he's been having a down year. It's pretty crazy to think that he's been a somewhat productive quarterback with a broken thumb on his throwing hand. The receivers Rodgers is working with is also a big reason for him not being in the top 5. Overall, he's been pretty decent. Number 11, Kyler Murray. Murray has been underwhelming to say the least. Each year the league expects Kyler to have a huge breakout season, but he always ends up coming up short. Once again, he was injured this year and sat 2 games, and that contributed to his ranking. But even if he played in these games, he wouldn't be much higher on this list. With the skills Murray has, along with the weapons on the offense, there's no excuse why he isn't top 3 or even number 1. Maybe it's time for Murray to consider playing Call of Duty full time. Number 10, Geno Smith. It's pretty cool for Geno to make this list. From being the backup quarterback his entire career to making the top 10 is pretty insane. Not only that, but Geno didn't have much to work with other than rookies and a couple decent receivers. He's truly made the best of his opportunity, and hopefully he can keep it up and sign an actual quarterback contract going into next season. Number 9, Dak Prescott. Dak is just Dak. At the beginning of the season, when everyone thought Cooper Rush might be better, Dak took it as motivation and dominated when he got back on the field after a long injury. Aside from the game in Green Bay, the Cowboys have been completely dominating the league. They literally beat a healthy Vikings team 40-3, which is absolutely absurd. Hopefully Dak and the Cowboys can carry this into the postseason and give the fans what they've been waiting for, a big Super Bowl ring. Number 8, Tom Brady. It's kind of crazy to think that a 45-year-old man is still playing in the NFL. Not only is he still playing in the NFL, he's a very productive quarterback that consistently ranks high every single year. It's actually proven in his stats that in the last half of his career, he's been slightly better than the first half, and that's just crazy. So far this year, the Bucs have had a lot of injuries and a horrible offensive line limiting the team and Tom Brady. But if the Bucs find a way to get around this offensive line problem, I believe they have a chance to go back to the Super Bowl again. I truly hope he keeps on proving everyone wrong and plays till he's 50. Number 7, Tua Tagovailoa. During Tua's career so far, there have been a lot of doubters. In his first few years, he was average at best, proving all of his doubters right. But after the Dolphins hired Mike McDaniel and brought in Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa has been amazing. Some argue that Tyreek and Mike McDaniel carry Tua, but in my opinion, if you're in the NFL and you're getting your job done while winning games, you're probably pretty good, even if Tyreek Hill's on your team. Tua's season has been amazing to say the least. Up until the 49ers game, when Tua was healthy the full game, the Dolphins were undefeated. During this year's playoffs, I would definitely be watching this young stud. Number 6, Justin Herbert. There's not much to say for this one. Herbert is one of the only things the Chargers have, and losing him would be the end of the season for them. After winning Offensive Rookie of the Year and making the Pro Bowl, it's pretty obvious that the start of his career has been pretty successful. He's had an amazing 2022 campaign so far, even with an injury limiting him. With such a talented young player, the Chargers have a lot of playoff runs to look forward to, probably including this season. Number 5, Lamar Jackson. I could probably just say the name Lamar Jackson and move on, but I should probably say something to keep my viewer duration up. Anyways, Lamar Jackson is just a complete stud. He's able to throw the ball better than most quarterbacks and run the ball better than most running backs. When you're able to do that, not only are you going to be the best on your team, you're going to be one of the best in the league. Even though Lamar just sprained his knee and will be out for a bit, I think we're going to see a great playoff run from this Ravens team. Number 4, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been on a massive breakout season. He's led his team to an insane 11-1 start to the season, as of recording this video. The Eagles will most likely win the NFC and get a first-round bye. After the bye, you can expect a playoff run and most likely an appearance at the Super Bowl. You can count on all this because of Jalen's ability to run the ball and also throw the ball to one of the best receiving corps in the league in A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. There's a lot more to come from this young stud. Number 3, Joe Burrow. A lot of people are probably going to be mad that Burrow is this high on the list, but it's definitely well deserved. In a league where quarterbacks are supposed to throw the ball, then run, then make a pizza delivery followed by a trip to the gas station, to then score a touchdown all in the same play, Burrow is definitely keeping up. Even though he isn't the fastest guy, he's making up for it with his insane arm talent and the ability to make such elite plays. As of this season, Burrow has been making the best of what he has with Ja'Marr Chase being out a lot. I think another Super Bowl run isn't too far away. Number 2, Josh Allen. I can't explain to you enough how much I love watching Josh Allen play football. He's a running back, then a quarterback, then a receiver, then probably a lineman at some point. The man literally does it all on offense. Whether or not the Bills have been doing great this season, there has never been a game where they didn't have a chance to win. No matter what happened, Josh Allen kept him and his team in the game and able to compete. By doing this, he's been able to hold the Bills' lead in a very competitive AFC East division with teams like Dolphins and the Jets, and then the lowest in that division, which is the Patriots somehow. I know I've said this a lot for teams, but the Bills will most likely make a Super Bowl appearance. All they have to do is get past the Chiefs. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. As much as I hate how much Mahomes is overhyped, I can respect him for the player that he is. Mahomes isn't the GOAT, but he is a player that is currently leading his team to many big wins with an offense that on paper should not be very good. When the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, everyone thought the Chiefs were doomed, but Mahomes once again proved everyone wrong and is now making the best of what he has. Some could also argue Andy Reid and Travis Kelce are carrying him. That's somewhat true, but in the NFL you can only carry players to a certain extent. I believe Patrick Mahomes is playing the best football of his career, and it's definitely the best in the league right now. Now, I know a lot of people are writing comments right now about how stupid I am saying Patrick Mahomes is the best, and I understand where you're coming from. Mahomes extremely overrated by NFL commentators and a lot of 12-year-olds. He isn't the GOAT and will never be. He is a pretty good player though, and some people just have to learn to respect the skill level that he's at. With that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay informed on current and past NFL content. I hope to see you all in the next video.